Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So I was just breaking down the styles between Kirat Pulev and Anthony Joshua. And one thing I was noticing is Pulev, although he's listed at 6'5", seems as if he fights taller than his listed height. What I mean by that is, for a guy like him, he likes to use his jab, and sometimes he'll keep his jab hand fully extended or halfway extended, keeping it out there, pumping it, even if he's probing with it and pawing with it, and then he'll lean back. He does this kind of simultaneously. Sometimes he'll take a step back too. So he's creating a situation where he's making it difficult for you to land on him without getting jabbed first. Or without taking one of his jabs, or two of them, or three of them, depending if he, how he's pumping it out there. He's one of only few guys that I've seen, although he lost the fight, he got knocked out, but he's one of only few guys that I've seen make Vladimir Klitschko start to lead because he was being out jabbed. Now, I've seen Klitschko lead with power shots before, but that's usually when he's just mixing up his attack, when he's, have jabbed you to death, and then he'll try to lead with left hooks or straight right hands or a right uppercut. But that's after he's mixed up his attack with his jab, and then you don't know what's coming. You don't know if the jab's coming or the left hook is coming. But against Pulev, it just seemed like he went to that attack mode after he just figured, you know what, it's pretty much a stalemate. You know what I mean? There's nothing I can really do with this pawing and jabbing. He's pretty much equaled me in that department, so let me go to my plan B. And then he was able to, like I said, lead with hooks and straight right hands. Mainly because of the way Pulev keeps his arms out there and the way his defense is set. He can take a punch, but the way, his arms are out there, and even when he brings in his high guard, there's still holes where you can punch through the guard or around his guard. Pretty loose defense. But as far as when he puts his hands up, but his major defense is his legs. When he takes that step back, 2 steps back, keeps his jab hand out there, and leans his head back. That's his defense. That's his best defense, in my opinion. So I think Josh is going to win the fight, but I think if AJ tries to come in there and tries to show, how much technically superior he is than Pulev, and he's going to try to jab with him and, try to fight from range a little bit, even if he is winning that action, Pulev's going to give him a run for his money if he tries to fight like that. I think Joshua should come in, fight how he fights, man. Good technique, good posture as far as having his hands up, pumping his jab, throwing right hands, left hooks behind it, moving his head, coming forward, but be measured. I'll give him the advantage in that, but I'm telling you, man, Pulev, I'm telling you, man, if you go in there and try to just jab with him and just try to show that, hey, my jab is better than your jab, next thing you know, it's going to be the 6th round, 7th round. You know what I mean? So I think I think Joshua, I just did a video about Wilder and Ortiz. But yeah, Joshua should go in there and work his combinations, work his hand speed, and not so much try to get into a jabbing contest. Jab your way in, but don't just stand from the outside and say, I'm going to out jab this guy and beat him at his own game, which he possibly could. But I think he'll be making the task even harder by doing that. And just look for his openings. Pulev has his hands down a lot. And he extends his arms sometimes when he's probing his jab sometimes, and he's pawing with it. Sometimes he'll just leave his arms kind of halfway extended. And I think Joshua will eventually come over the top of those extended arms, or he'll place something right between those his arms. Because Pulev, his glove placement is not really by his chin or protecting his chin like that. So should be an interesting fight, man. I can't wait for this fight to happen. Curious to see how Pulev deals with Anthony Joshua coming straight forward. And I think Pulev should play hard to get. He shouldn't go out there and try to be aggressive. Take a half step back, use that jab. Get Joshua to start reaching. Get him. Let's see if Joshua gets impatient. Maybe Joshua gets impatient. But I think going in there trying to just have a dust up, I think Joshua wins that pretty easy. But if Pulev can, do what he usually does, take that, like I'm saying, take them steps back, lean back a little bit. But that's the thing, leaning back, you're right in position to get hit with a straight right hand. But maybe he can get Joshua to get off balance while he's trying to do it, and then he can counter like that. Pulev, for the way he moves in the ring, I've seen him like in the Chisora fight and the Dimitrenko fight, and even somewhat in the Klitschko fight. He'll show little quick moments of, when he can posture with you. He got little quick movements here and there for guys his size. Not the fastest I've seen, but quicker than people give him credit for. And then maybe he can sneak in jab, right hands, maybe some left hooks. But I see Joshua winning this fight though, man. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.